like I was saying, if you're just joining us now, if you just want to have a chair near you, that'd be great. We're going to do a few poses with the chair. So welcome. And the focus today will be on really releasing tension, hopefully from the back. So I'm going to focus on helping your back to release any, could be physical tension. It could also be some emotional tension. So I'm going to invite you to start in a lying down position. So we're going to give our back a chance right now to release a little bit into the floor. And just take some time to get there. If you want to place an eye cover over your eyes, you can do that. And just come down really slowly. If you can really check in with the lower back as you come down from the lower back, right through to the mid back and right up through your shoulders and your head, releasing down. You may wish to keep your knees bent with your feet on the floor, just to help align your back a little bit more, help keep it in a bit more of a neutral position. And yeah, we're just going to check in with how the back feels initially, letting your body sink down into the floor. Let's rock the head a few times from side to side. And you can just let your arms release, palms facing up. We're just slowly moving the head from side to side. And for a moment, just a breath or two, just keeping your head to one side. And then we'll slowly bring the head back to the other side. Hold that for a moment. And come back to center. And we're going to place the hands on the belly. We're going to start with our breathing practice. And right before we even begin with our breathing practice, just closing your eyes and bringing your attention inward. We call this part of our yoga practice pratyahara, returning to my center. And just so that we can become more aware, mindful of how we're really feeling, give ourselves time to settle. So we're just beginning that gathering the energies, gathering your focus onto yourself. You can scan your body. And then we're going to practice a little bit more of the 3-part breath or Durga pranayam. And the way we do this is we're just going to focus on the breath in the belly to start. So now just taking a little bit slower, deeper breath in on your next inhalation. And releasing it out. And let's release out through the mouth with an audible sigh, or maybe a bit more sound. We'll do that 2 more breaths. And this last exhalation to release. Good. The next time we're going to, again, bring the breath in right down to the belly, but this time just pause there for a second and then bring a little bit more breath in to your ribs and widen your ribs. And then we'll release, exhaling out. We'll do that a few more times. So this time, sinking the breath all the way down to the belly, pausing slightly before you fill your lungs, and then breathe in just a little bit more, widening your middle, widening your ribs. Pausing and then releasing. Okay, we'll do that one more breath. So it doesn't have to be a big, big breath, just slowing it down. Breath in the belly, breath in the middle, and then releasing. Okay, for the last few breaths, this time we're going to bring the breath right down to the belly, into the widening the middle, widening out to the sides, and then bringing it up into the chest. Okay, so you can pause along the way, or you can just let it flow like a wave from the bottom to the top as you inhale. And as you exhale, from releasing from the top to the bottom. And don't force this. Let it flow naturally, gently. If you become uncomfortable with your breathing, please release. Go back to feeling a big breathe. But yeah, just try a few more times, creating a nice, gentle, rising wave from the bottom to the top, from the belly to the chest as you inhale. Pausing slightly at the top of your inhalation and then releasing from the top to the bottom. Or however you want to release. It doesn't really matter. You want to do what feels right for you. You can always breathe out through your mouth one more time. Breathing out through your mouth with the H-A-A-A sound, the ha sound. It helps to release a lot of emotional tension. The emotions of frustration and anger can be released with that breath. So now we'll release our breathing practice and we'll go back to a feeling of being breathed. And again, just taking a few moments to really feel from the inside of your body how you're feeling right now. So sometimes when we go inward, we uncover some of the emotional feelings that are a bit stuck, we're holding on to. It's like you're lifting it's like they were maybe hiding under a blanket and you're lifting that blanket up and uncovering some of it. And some of it will want to come out and to be released, maybe not all of it. Welcoming any sensations here now. Okay, so then we're going to do a bit of a warm up for the lower back. And we're going to keep the legs as they are. They're not going to move, but we're going to tilt the pelvis back and forth. So tilting one way and the belly will rise, the lower back will lift, but we're keeping our tailbone on the mat. And then as you tilt in the opposite direction, your lower back sinks right down, your belly navel comes right in towards your spine. You can even root down a bit more with your feet. Continue to rock like this. A few more times. And then we're going to add the breath. Okay, so it's on the exhalation that you're pulling your belly in towards your spine and the lower back sinks down. And it's on the inhalation, the belly rises, the lower back lifts slightly. We're keeping your hips on the floor here. We're not lifting the hips off. Not the bridge just yet. Okay, so we'll do that maybe 2 more breaths. I'm using the Ujjayi pranayama, so the breath that I can hear. A very soft, audible sound. Mimics the sound of ocean waves. Awesome, and then we'll release that. This time as you exhale though, let's pull the belly in again. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. Extend out through the left leg for a moment and really gently pull out through that heel, circling through the foot and the ankle, and then circle through the lower leg, and then circle right through the leg on the right side. Loosening up at the hip right now. Just sending a little bit more love and attention to that right side on the hip. Okay, so this time we'll bring the left foot back to the floor, pull the right knee in towards the chest, and then we're gonna switch legs. So release the right leg, pull the left knee in towards your chest. Take a moment there. You can extend out through the right leg, pulling right out through the heel, and loosen up through the left side with some circles around the ankle, lower leg circles, and then right through your whole leg, right at the hip, really loosening up right at the hip. Good. Pulling that knee back in towards your chest, bringing the right foot back to the floor, and then let's pull the right knee into the chest and do full knees to chest, both knees in towards your chest, rocking on your back, a really nice one to loosen up any tension or tightness in your back. Okay, you can also do a few circles here with your legs, moving in the same direction, and then switching around, opposite direction. Okay, and then we'll release. We'll bring both feet back to the floor and start to plant your feet down into your mat. And this time we are going to come up into the bridge pose. So lifting the hips slowly, just for your first bridge, you don't have to go as high as you can. And on your exhalation, we're gonna come back down with the breath. So coming up with the inhale, on your inhale, and coming down slowly through on the exhale. And just feel the whole journey that your back takes as you come up your back, and putting a little bit more weight into the shoulders, and feel how you can come down vertebra by vertebra right through your spine here. On the exhalation, we'll do that about 2 more times. Yeah, you can reach if it's comfortable, reach your hands towards your feet. Making sure you're coming up with your breath. Awakening the whole entire spine with this lovely pose here. And at the top of your next bridge, when you come up again, you might hold for just a moment or two, few breaths, and then just make sure your neck is comfortable. Maybe you can tuck your chin down just slightly. And then on your next exhale, slowly come back down, vertebra by vertebra. And releasing your back right down into your mat. On your next breath, then slowly reach your arms up over your head. Take a nice big stretch. As you exhale, releasing them back down. You can do a few times in one direction. Maybe you're lifting your arms straight up towards the ceiling and over, and then flowing them back down the way they came. Feel this into your back too. You might feel some sensation or stretch into your upper back. As you inhale next time, this time we're going to Open the arms out to the sides and up over your head. And releasing back down. Kind of like you're making a snow angel. And we'll do that one more time. Good, releasing that. Coming back down. And then just, again, bringing your arms up and out to the sides. For one more pose here on the back, we're going to do, again, I'm going to keep it flowing today because sometimes when we're working with the back and there's a lot of tension, a really nice way is to keep moving. So I'm going to move the legs from side to side now. So keeping the knees bent. The feet can be as close together or as wide apart as you'd like, as you slowly rock a few times from side to side. And really feel that out as you drop your legs, keeping both shoulders on the floor. You can move with your breath. As you exhale, dropping your legs to one side. As you inhale, coming back to center. And you can start to turn your head in the opposite direction that your legs are going. For just a few more breaths here. Good. And we'll do that one more time. This time we're going to hold for one breath, 1 or 2 breaths on each side before we release. And then we'll come back to center and hold on the other side for 1 or 2 breaths. And then releasing. One more, once you come back to center, one more, hug your knees in towards your chest. And from here, we'll begin to transition over to the side, keeping your head down for a moment, for a breath or 2. And then when you're ready, you can reach, bring your hands up, or bring yourself up using your hands, your arms. And we're going to come into a wide-legged stretch before we go on here. So you might want to sit on a little something. You might want to sit on a little cushion, or just to keep your pelvis more aligned and open. And if your pelvis is aligned and open, then your whole upper body will be too. So your spine will find that natural position. For right now, reaching your arms up over your head. On your inhale, exhale, we're going to come over to one side. You can, if your leg is really tight, you're going to bend your knee to start. On your next breath in, coming back up. And on your exhale, we'll go to the other side. Okay, remember to bend your knee a little bit. We want to come over as straight as we can with the back. So we're hinging right from the hips. And just again, loosening up here through the backs of the legs primarily. But as we open up through especially the hamstrings, we help release a lot of stiffness in the lower back as well. Good. This time as you inhale, come straight up again. Exhale, bring your arms back. And we're going to bring the hands behind and open through the chest for a moment. Good. And then slowly releasing that, bringing your arms straight up. This time as you exhale, we'll come over. And again, you can bend those knees. You can bring your hands right out in front of you. Try to find the alignment through your upper body again, referencing the central channel that runs from the pelvic floor to the crown of the head. Pausing here for one more breath. Good, and then we'll slowly come back to center. one more thing in the seated position. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide apart. And the feet can go quite, they can slide forward as much as you need. Bringing your arms up, lengthening through your whole upper body, and then we'll come over. And this can be a really lovely position for opening through the lower back and the hips, of course. So just take another few moments here. Breathing, feeling the breath primarily in your back now. Good. Next time you inhale, we're going to slowly rise back up. And we're going to bring the feet to the side and move over into tabletop position. And we're going to wiggle out through the hips a little bit here, loosening up. So I'm just moving my hips from side to side. It feels really nice through the side of the torso and really nice through right to the outside of the hips. And then we're gonna start to circle the hips. Nice motion there. This is a wonderful pose to loosen up through the back. Keep it flowing however it feels good for you. You can reach or extend back a little bit through the hips. And then come forward again into tabletop position. This time as you exhale, arching through your back, lifting your belly, coming into the cat pose. As you inhale, looking forward. Continue to flow like this in this amazing back loosening position. Feel that right through that wave-like motion right up your back. And you're moving on your own time with your own breath. Come back to that ujjayi breath that you can hear. You're still breathing in and out through your nose. But with a nice, gentle sound here. This time, as you come into the cat arch, you might want to hold it for a few moments and let go a little bit more through your head. Press down a little bit more through your hands, more into the outer edges of your hands. And then slowly release and let go. Coming back to center. Okay, and then we're going to lift and extend the right arm up. And as you exhale, we're going to come through, thread the needle. We're going to slide that hand palm facing up as far as you can until you lower down onto your shoulder and the side of your head. And remember, you can always do this in the modified position, in a kneeling position. Upwards, you're just bringing that arm across. And again, go into the and nice and soft and slowly. Slowly come back to center. I want to do another cat arch. And then looking forward, lifting the chin, coming back to center. Lifting your left arm straight up, and then we'll slide that arm over to the other side, palm facing up until you can slide down onto your shoulder and the side of your head rests here. Again, feeling into sensation here across your back. And we'll hold for one more breath. And slowly rising back up. Okay, and we will start to come in towards the, if you want to do a bit of a wrist stretch for your hands, just turn your palms to face out and gently place the hands down. And then we'll slowly start to transition up to standing. So hold that squat pose for a moment or two and then transition right up to your feet. Take a few moments to get there. And once you come into your mountain pose, you can just, again, we want to make sure we're still grounded and still aware of our whole body and go right to the soles of your feet, rocking forward and back. Rock from the outside of your feet to the inside. And then bring your palm or your hands out away from you slightly, palms facing forward. Notice how that helps to open your chest and bring your shoulders back and down. And then we'll slowly reach up. So on your next breath in, reach all the way up. Hold that pose for a moment. Connect your hands right together, index fingers pointing up. And we're just going to take a few moments to lengthen right through the upper body here. Good. On your next breath out, slowly roll or lean to one side. Come into a nice side bend. And then as you inhale, come back to center. And exhale, go to the other side. Okay, we'll do that one more time each side. Keep your feet grounded, evenly planted here. And come to the other side. Good. This time, as you inhale, come back to center and release your arms. Shake that out a little bit, right through the hands, the fingers, rolling through the shoulders. And the feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart now. Bringing your arms out and back. And then releasing. We're going to do our standing, flowing twist from side to side a few times. And this time we're going to add a little something to it. We're going to add a pause. So the next time you come over to your left, just bring your right hand across to the outside of your hip, left hip there, and reach back with your left arm into a standing twist. Good. And then releasing that, letting your arms flow again from side to side. And then we're going to bring the left hand across, or whatever you didn't just do, and reach the right arm straight back. I've got the advantage of a wall here. I can even put my fingers against the wall. That feels pretty good. So we're just keeping our hips in a forward-facing neutral position and opening a little bit more through the upper back and shoulders. Okay, and then releasing that. All right, shaking that out. Rolling through the shoulders. So we're going to do one more thing for the upper back and shoulders. One of my favorites is the eagle. So again, we're going to widen out through the arms and then bring that right arm over top of the left, just so we remember which side we did. And before you even come into the eagle arms, take a few moments to feel the breath in the upper back. And it's so amazing to create this openness, a little bit more energy flow. As you inhale and feel into your upper back and feel the sensation of your shoulders widening, and feel as you exhale, your shoulders release. Just imagine you can release some of that tension of your upper back, even just with the breath. The breath is what's helping now to create more openness. And then we're going to bring the arms together. So if you can, keep that right arm over top of the left, right elbow on top of the left. Bring the hands around. And if you can, bring your left hand towards your face and then to the palm. So connecting the fingers to the palm. So we can feel that stretch in the upper back. The elbows can stay down for a moment. And the shoulders can release down your back and then lifting slightly when you're ready through the arms. I'm going to bring my feet right underneath the hips and come into the next stage of the eagle, which would be like a chair position. Okay, so make sure the knees aren't going too far forward. You're sinking back with your hips. If you'd like to go into the full eagle for the last few breaths, feel free. You would bring your left leg over top of your right thigh. You can even, over time, you're able to loop your foot behind you, but it might take a little bit to get there. You want to keep the knees centered, that standing knee centered. And releasing the legs first. And I'll stand up, and then we're going to release the arms. Okay, reaching the arms up. And it's nice to pretend that you're actually like an eagle with those arms now. You're floating, and you can just feel your arms so effortlessly lift up and down. So just floating almost up and then all the way down. Good. Releasing that, we're going to do the other side. Bringing the arms out. I like to bring them back a little bit to open the front of the chest. And then this time the left arm is on top, right? Okay. Take a moment or two for the breath to be felt in the back. So you can feel that widening as you inhale, feeling the release as you exhale. And then you can bring your arms up and around each other, twisting and winding through. Keep your elbows down for just a moment at the beginning and then start to lift the arms slightly. You can come into the chair variation. And over time, you've learned to balance here. So balance takes that mental focus too. So you're finding a focal point or drishti. And you're looping your legs, making sure to keep that standing knee straight ahead, squeezing the thighs together. Okay, we'll release the legs first and then take the arms out of that position, shaking out slightly. You can lift those eagle arms. Hopefully they feel a little bit looser and more open right through the back. Good. All right. Hopefully that feels a little bit better, a little looser. Right from the lower back right up through the upper back. We're going to do one of my favorite poses now. And this one I'm going to use the chair. And we can also do this at the wall. It's called the wall stretch at the wall, but or right angle position. I like using the chair where I'm at, but if you find that maybe you'd like your hands a little bit higher on the wall, I'll show you a modification. So we're going to bring, I like to put my hands, but you can also use the seat of the chair. But for right now, it's just about lengthening right through the whole entire spine. We want to create space and open all those places in our back that maybe are a little bit impinged. Our spine can collapse a little bit. So we're going to create that space that our body craves in this position. So you're going to try to, if you can notice me just for a moment, how I'm trying to open and lengthen, and just see that line from my hands to my hips. So I'm really feeling that. It feels really good. You can make sure your heels are in line with the back of your hips. And you can slightly bend your knees and push out with your hips. If you'd like to take this at the wall, because then you would place your hands a little bit high. Well, you could start at shoulder height. So your hands are placed. You won't be able to see me very well, but hands are placed at shoulder height. And then you do the same thing. Okay. That's the modified approach here. Or if you want to go deeper, this is always nice just to start at the back of the chair, but you can always go to the seat with your hands. Okay, we're going to hold this for a few breaths. And close your eyes and go inward. Whenever you're ready to come out of this pose, you can actually bring your hands onto your thighs, bend your knees, and then just maybe sink right down into a forward bend. Just letting go with your head. Okay. And then when you're ready to come up, and you might need to use your hands on your thighs and pushing into your thighs to come up. Take a moment, reach with your arms. And even look up. And then on your exhalation, release your arms. Bring your hands together at your heart. And then you can release your hands and just feel into your whole back here. So that's an excellent pose whenever you need to create more openness. Since we have the chair here, and maybe just to stretch out through the legs before we come down again, I also like to do like a bit of a lunge. You don't have to use the chair for this one, but it's warrior one, essentially. Bringing one foot forward, toes pointing forward, bending the front knee, straight leg behind you. And if you want, you can reach your arms up here. And it's a really nice stretch for that back leg. If you feel balanced, you can look up. And then this is the one that I really love with the chair. We're going to come into the pyramid pose. So now you're straightening your legs, and we're going to do basically the same thing we were doing with the hands on the chair in that last stretch. This time you can just slide the chair away if you've got it, if you're able to. And then you're lengthening again through your whole upper body, from your hips to your hands. You're straightening your legs, pulling your hips back evenly, right to left, pull back. And then you can come down into the full pyramid if you'd like to, or start to transition back up. Okay, come back into the warrior one pose. And when you're ready, start to bring your hands down towards your heart. Prayer position, mountain pose. And we'll transition to the other side. So stepping the other foot back, bending the other knee. Just pausing here. And you can always use the chair for support. You can bring it really close to you. Okay. When you're ready, feel really root down through both feet. Root down there and then lift up through your arms. When you're ready, start to transition to that extended pyramid pose. So you're lengthening through your upper body. We're just going to slide the chair away and pull back with your hips. Pull back with the tailbone. Straight back. And then we're going to come, you could come right down if you want to, wherever you're at in the pyramid, or you can start to transition back up. Okay. You can place your hands on your thighs, slowly reaching through your arms. One more time in the warrior one position. And then bring your palms down towards your heart, stepping your back foot forward. Pausing in the mountain. Okay. And then we're going to widen the feet apart. One more thing here. Bring your arms out in the star. And then as you exhale, coming into a wide-legged forward bend. So letting your head go. And then when you're ready, slowly transition back up. Hands come to the thighs. You're going to heel toe, walk the feet, slide the feet in underneath you again. And great. I just wanted to show you, you don't have to do it right now, but there's two other things for helping to release the lower back. One of them can be done on the chair. And that's when you sit right on the front edge of the chair, legs fairly wide, and you just lean over. Really nice pose. Okay, you can let your arms go. I just wanted to show you that. Just for whenever you're needing a bit more release right through the lower back, mid back. That's a really nice one. Okay. And we're going to sit, and you can stay seated on the chair if you want, or sit right down on your mat for one more thing before we lie down again. And we're going to come into a twist. So a nice gentle twist to one side. Okay, I love doing this on the chair because you stay really super aligned through your body here. Doesn't matter how tight the hips or the legs are here. You can sit up really nice and tall. And we're just helping to squeeze any remaining tension out of the back. And then slowly releasing back to center. And we'll do the other side, just so you can see me here. We'll stay here for 1 or 2 more breaths. And then slowly releasing back out. Okay, taking a moment to just feel into your back. If you'd like to work with a chair for Shavasana, for legs on the chair, keep it close to you. Keep it right at one edge of your mat there. Before we do Shavasana, though, let's come down onto the knees again. You might, if you have a bolster, I don't have mine here right now, but you could use it in front for the child's pose. We're going to come into a extended child's pose to start, and just let go through your head. If that doesn't feel right for you, slide your knees back, come onto your elbows, and then almost like the half dog stretch or puppy pose from the elbows, just stretching gently here. And again, breathing into your back, breathing out from your back. I'm going to slowly bring those hands underneath the shoulders and pushing into the hands to come up. Come back into table, and then we'll slide over onto the back. So, and some people really love in Shavasana sometimes, especially when their back's a little achy. Again, this really helps to align the back to place the legs on the chair. So you're coming down, might need to slide the chair in or slide your body up. Just get adjusted there if you want to try that pose today. It also offers a really nice inversion for the legs and the feet, helping to stimulate the blood circulation. Really nice at the end of the day to put your legs up on the chair or at the wall, legs at the wall. For now, we're coming into our Shavasana. You can place something, if you have something close to you, over your eyes, you can do that. And just releasing down with your shoulders, feeling the back of your head sink. Releasing all tension from your face. Your teeth come apart. Softening right through your face. And then sweeping down from your head through your neck, through your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. So come down, feeling your breath. My breath breathing me now. Feeling into your mid-back. Feeling your ribs widen with your inhale. And feeling your ribs release with your exhale. Feeling your hips your lower back, right through your legs, to your knees, from your knees to your ankles, to your feet. Feeling the soles of your feet, your toes. Feel your body, your whole body now, alive with sensation. You can place your hands on your, bring them up a little bit higher towards the heart center. You can let your elbows rest and place your fingertips right high on your upper chest there. Not your physical heart center, but your energetic heart center here. For the next few moments, just connecting here, opening that door to your heart center so that you can expand, releasing love, compassion, understanding, kindness, patience. For yourself, but also for others too. Being open here for both receiving and releasing. And if you'd like to take a little bit of sound to vibrate a little bit deeper at the center of the heart chakra, it can help to open our hearts with the sound to be able to experience more joy and happiness. We'll end our Shavasana with just the humming sound. So we're not actually opening the mouth, but taking a breath in on your exhalation, lips together, making the humming sound, the sound, as long as you comfortably can with your exhalation. I'll do that 3 times. Take the sound right into the heart, vibrating it open, breaking up anything that's holding you back here. And then you can release with an open exhalation through the mouth. Coming back to a feeling of being breathed. Beginning to wiggle the toes and the fingers. And maybe taking a nice big stretch over your head with your arms. Welcoming yourself back. A bit more to the outer world, but we've made that a good connection though to our inner world with our practice today. So I'm going to keep coming back to that whenever you remember to. Okay, so you can bring your knees in towards your chest. And stay there as long as you'd like. I'm just going to come up, but you can stay and slowly bring yourself up whenever you're ready. Taking a moment at the end, hands together at your heart for gratitude. A reminder to remember all the wonderful things that we do have. Thanking yourself, honoring yourself for another day, another beautiful day to be alive. Reminding yourself to smile. So thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you have a lovely day, and